Greetings and welcome to English 180 Introduction to Literature course. I am Wanda Gwen Zimmerman, your instructor for this course. Now, you note that I put Gwen in quotation marks because Wanda is my given name. It was the name that my parents gave to me at birth, but it never seemed to fit me very well. And I think we should be able to choose our names, and so I chose the name Gwendolyn. And someday, perhaps, I will legally change my name, and maybe not. Now, having said that, I know that you will see Wanda written quite often, and so if you call me Wanda, that is fine, even though I prefer Gwen. Also, I know that some of you will be a bit hesitant to call an instructor by her first name. So if you do go with my last name, it is Ms. Zimmerman, not Miss, and not Mrs. Now, I have been teaching English 180 online for quite some time, and I've also taught it in seated classes as well. It is one of my favorite courses to teach, and I teach it a couple of times every single year. Usually in the fall and the spring, though this last summer I also taught it during the summer. I love literature. My master's degree is in British literature and creative writing, and I've taught composition for a long time, but my love is literature, and if I could teach all literature courses, that is what I would do. This is a survey course, which means that we look at a lot of different types of literature, and we're going to look at short story, poetry, and drama, and we're going to read a novel, Frankenstein. And if you have had me in English 101, that's not going to surprise you. Or excuse me, not English 101, but English 295, Myth and Monsters, because we read it there as well. And I'm old. I get confused sometimes. And we will take more of an in-depth look maybe at the novel more than some of the other genres, but we're going to cover all of those. And I'm going to also pose the question to you, are TV and movies literature? So that's something that we are going to discuss right off the bat. Now, having said that, there are a couple of papers for this class, but one of them can be a PowerPoint project, and I'm still working on that because it's something that I'm just instituting this term. Well, actually, I instituted it during the summer, but it's the first time in a 16-week semester that I am offering that option. And I have also changed a few other things for this term. Number one, I got rid of the group project. And online classes should have a group project, but I could never find a group project, and I tried several different types that just seemed to fit this class. Like my name didn't fit me. I've tried different things, and they just didn't seem to fit. In my myth classes, the projects are fun and interesting and creative, but I just can't get it translated into this course. And so, no group project. We will do group activities in the discussions, but no big overwhelming, overarching, not overwhelming, even though it was overwhelming, overarching group project. I have added a couple of new lessons and assignments this term, and one is a music video in the poetry section, and I have also realigned all of the modules from what I am in the order that I have had them for literally years, and I realigned them due to the kicking out of the group project because I then had an extra 2 weeks, and so I added to the poetry section. Trying to think if there's anything that you absolutely need to know as the class begins. The syllabus is posted and the first module is open. I don't open all of the modules at once because this is a process. And even though I'm sure that everyone would get along fine if I did, I would rather wait and unveil them 1 week at a time. In addition to the papers and discussions and other types of assignments, there is also a midterm, a proctored event, and a final. So yeah, there's quite a bit of work to do, but students get through it every term, and I want to cover as much as I possibly can in this course. I have a bio and my instructor tab in the class menu. I'm pointing to the course menu like it's right there on that side of me, and it's always to my left on the screen. Screen, not screen. And so you can read a bit about my background there. I have been teaching online for about 9 years now, and in addition to OTC, where I am all online, I don't have seated courses anymore. I teach for for 2 other schools online as well, so I've had a lot of experience. If this is your first online class, there are some navigation aspects that you need to get used to. But if you've had other online classes, then you're experienced as well, and you won't need as much hand-holding and guidance. I have, even though I have revamped the class in many ways, if you find inaccurate dates, for example, if you find something in the short story section that was due last year, gently say to me, hey, Gwen, you need to fix this, and I will. If anything is unclear, let me know. I will explain. And actually, I think that is about it. You will find that I have made a lot of videos, especially for the novel section. And do I expect you to watch all of those in the novel section? I don't know. There's a whole heck of a lot of them. But I do expect you to read the book. And then if there is something that you don't understand, look at the video for those chapters in order to help clarify. Most of the other videos, you shouldn't have any problem with watching all of them. Okay. I tend to ramble. I tend to babble. I know that about myself, and that comes from the creative writing side of me. Again, I love teaching this course. I love teaching literature in general. And I hope that by the end of this term, I won't say that I hope that you learn to love literature, because most of you are in this course because you already love literature, but some of you are taking it because it is required either at another school or you need a gen ed. And I hope that you learn to have a better appreciation, a deeper appreciation for literature. And I will end on this note. I had a student who once said that analyzing short stories or poems or whatever ruined the enjoyment of reading for that particular student. And I disagree. I think that analyzing and understanding the deeper meanings opens up new vistas, and we see things in a different way. And we can always agree to disagree. You do not have to agree with me just because I am the teacher. But in discussions, I do expect people to be civil, and I expect disagreements to be couched with decorum and tact. And other than that, everything is subjective, and we all have different viewpoints. And as long as those viewpoints are supported, then they are valid. But then sometimes we might argue about, are they supported or not? But I won't get into that. Welcome to class.